What's up, my mental gangsters? Welcome back and thank you for clicking on this video. If you feel inspired or just like the things that I talk about, please make sure to like, share. I try to respond to every comment for all of my videos. So please, if you like what I'm doing, if you like the things that I talk about, just make sure that you comment, show your appreciation. I promise to respond back to you when I can. So in this video, I'm going to discuss what I talked about in my last video that I just dropped. Make sure you go check out my GovTechCon vlog. If you're new here and you haven't checked that video out, make sure you go back to my last video. I'll probably link it somewhere in the video for you guys to check out. In this video, I'm going to pretty much give a full review of my experience at GovTechCon in Arlington, Virginia, and why you need to go to more tech conferences in 2025 if you're thinking about pivoting into cybersecurity. All right, so throughout this video, I'll be going over like my experience at the conference, why I decided to attend, what I learned at the conference, the benefits of networking, which is very, very important, and also how to get involved in the tech community if you don't know where to start and you're thinking about making your first steps into cybersecurity. So for the people that are new here and haven't seen my last video, I attended GovTechCon, which is a new tech conference held in Arlington, Virginia, created by Simone Bies. If you don't know who Simone Bies is, just look her up. She's on all the social media platforms, and she's been in GovTech for over, I want to say 15 years. So she created this whole tech conference, and it was over a course of 3 days. And it brought together a lot of people from around the world to learn more about the government and tech, GovTech. Me personally, I was lucky enough to know somebody who didn't go that gave me their VIP ticket. And VIP ticket had a little bit more things. You could get the swag bag, which I have a few gifts right here. You're able to get like a little GovTech ball here and a book, a notepad book as well. I got one of these notebook pads. And there was a few more things that was in the bag. You actually got an actual bag too. And there were, a few items and goodies in there as well. So you were able to get that. You were able to have a meet and greet with Simone and talk to her about, things that you wanted to talk about. And you had free access to, I want to say, all of the networking events. So yeah, I'm not going to lie. I definitely recommend, if you can, to get the VIP ticket. It was just, better. It was just more beneficial to me. Communication to me was very on point. We were getting emails every day. There was a GovTechCon Discord, so a lot of information was being dropped throughout the week in the Discord, and there was also a GovTechCon app that we were able to access to communicate there as well. So there were a lot of lines of communication to make sure everybody stayed up to date, knew where to go. If they had questions, they could drop it in the Discord. They were able to get their questions answered there. There were a lot of different number of panels. There were a lot of things going on throughout these 3 days at the GovTech conference. And to name a few of the panels that was going on during this conference, you had the GovTech Fireside Chat, you had the Chief of Cybersecurity keynote, you had the U.S. Digital Corps panel, you had 3 C's of government, the GovTech Money panel, you had the Gov AI workshop with Google, another AI workshop, you had a Capture the Flag workshop, a Linux workshop, as well as mixers throughout the whole week. And that's just to name, some of the things that went on through this entire conference. The majority of the panels involved discussions about cybersecurity, how to get involved in the government sector when it comes to government and technology, as well as AI. There were some technical workshops, Amazon workshop as well. But that was just some things that I wanted to name off just to get you more an idea of what was going on during the conference. There was also a career expo as well. And just some of the companies to name that were actually at the conference was Clearance Jobs, Amazon, Yellowtail Tech, 4Block. I was able to engage with a lot of recruiters. So why did I decide to attend? After earning my Security Plus and learning more about AI, I wanted to learn more about tech and seek new opportunities and, let's be honest, get to the bag. You can make a lot of money working in tech. I've been working in tech for a few years now, working in Insider Threat and the GRC group, but I never want to get complacent, right? I always am looking to learn more and evolve in the tech space. Ever since I earned my Security Plus, I've been applying to companies nonstop for more tech roles, to make more money. And I just haven't had the best luck in finding that new opportunity for me. Now, mind you, I am technically in security, but again, I want to make more money and I want to always enhance my skills within the tech space. So I'm like, okay, either these companies are making it super duper hard for people to get hired on to their companies, or I'm not doing everything that I can and applying myself to get to that next level. So I decided, okay, instead of sitting behind a computer and just applying for jobs all day, which can help, let me branch out and meet people. Let me go to these tech conferences, connect my face with the name, and just meet people who are also passionate about tech. So I was just like, I'm going by myself to this conference, even if I don't know a single person, and see what comes out of it. And that's the mindset you all need to have as well. Try your best to change your way of thinking. Have a fearless mindset. Everything that you think about is not reality. So don't let fear stop you from getting to where you want to be and what you want to do. I went out to Arlington, Virginia by myself, not knowing anybody, and lo and behold, I met so many people who were there for the same reason like I was. They were there by themselves, trying to better their career in the cybersecurity space. So regardless of how uncomfortable you may feel, have a fearless mindset and learn how to move in a room that forces you to get out of your comfort zone. I definitely enjoyed the conference. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. Just a lot of tech-minded people who, drop gems on how to get in GovTech, how you can utilize AI in your everyday work. What's the right way to apply for a government job? Talking to people who are already in GovTech, picking their brain, talking to them one-on-one, and pretty much connecting you to the right people in order to get the tech job that you want. It was a very, very good experience. I had the opportunity to talk to a number of experts that worked for GovTech, that worked for Google, that worked for Amazon. It was just a welcoming environment. And it seemed like everybody there just wanted to help one another to get them to the resource that they need or give them the right guidance on where they need to be, which I can't thank more of everybody that I talked to. I can't thank them more of the knowledge that they, gave me. Another thing that I did was resume building. There was a workshop to where you could literally sit down with a person who specializes in critiquing your resume. They looked at it line by line. It was good to have somebody there that you can hand your physical resume to and they give you initial feedback. Having somebody there look over your resume was definitely a good addition to the conference as well. I also mentioned a Google workshop. There was a Google representative who went over APIs in Gemini, did a live session, talk to the actual Gemini to engage with the audience that was there. And he also was able to talk to Gemini and have it speak another language. I forgot the language that he asked it to speak, but it was somebody in the audience that said, hey, could Gemini speak this particular language? And he was like, I think it could. And mind you, the Wi-Fi wasn't that great, but Gemini was still able to pick up on the prompt, change the language, and speak back to the user. It was very, very crazy, and that was probably the best. Workshops out of the whole conference that I went to. Was doing the live session with Gemini. It was very, very cool. There was also financial workshops to where you were taught how to utilize your tech money and invest it into different things. I definitely enjoyed that. So another thing that really stood out to me that I liked was that everybody that was on the panel that spoke gave extra time for people to walk up to them and ask them any questions that they need to answer to. So like if you didn't have an opportunity to ask a question during the panel, you were still able to talk to that person after their speaking engagement. They stayed after, and we were able to walk up to them and talk to them about anything involving tech. So I like that. Another thing that I wanted to point out was, all of the networking events, right? There was the welcome reception. There was also a holiday party, and there was also a VIP brunch. Yeah, I think that was a good addition to sprinkle in with the conference as well. It's just to have, these different networking events, because if you didn't have time to talk to people during the conference, you could relax a little bit more, lay your hair down, and, have a few drinks and talk to people about, why they're there and what are their plans, what are their goals within the tech community. I think the biggest reason why I went was to network, right? So, what were the benefits of networking? And one of the best things about attending this conference was the opportunity to network with other people. I met a lot of amazing people who are working in the tech industry, and I made a lot of great connections with people that not only worked in the government, but work for Google, work for Amazon, and also people who work in other areas of the government. That was the biggest thing that stood out to me was, everybody that I spoke with, were, just dropping gems. How to get involved in the tech community, right? If you're interested in getting involved in the tech community, I feel like there are a few things that you can do, right? First is attend the conference, right? Attend more tech conferences. And not only just GovTechCon, you have Afrotech, you have Render ATL, you have Black Men in Tech, I believe that's another one. Try your best to do as much research as you can, especially on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very big communication hub for people communicating what networking events are happening in their area. So go on LinkedIn and research, networking events. And that can be the first step. If you don't know where to go, attend a tech conference in your area. Also join some online communities, right? Like I said, utilize LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very beneficial. There are a lot of LinkedIn, groups and communication hubs that you can join to meet other people online. I was able to get in contact, with a lot of people who are in the position that I want to be in. So one thing that I want to say is make sure you have your LinkedIn updated. Make sure you have quick access to sending your information, right? You're meeting so many people and you may not have time to talk as much as you want to. So make sure you have your information on you to where you can quickly, transfer it to someone's phone. And I will add my LinkedIn link in the description so you guys can look and see how I have my LinkedIn, but it's pretty good to me. So use that as a template to fix your LinkedIn. So when you get ready to go to the tech conference, make sure your LinkedIn is up to date. Make sure you have a few copies of your physical resume. Understand that, having a digital resume is good and easier, but have a physical resume. That way you can just hand it to a recruiter, hand it to a person that can look at it right there on the spot. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Expect that, this is going to be new. This is going to be different. I may not know a lot of people, but everybody's there for the same reason. Everybody's here for tech. So that's your starter right there. That's the way you can start conversations, right? Hey, what's your position in tech? Hey, what are you here for? Hey, what do you expect out of this conference? What is your interest in cybersecurity? What company do you hope to work for? There are a lot of things that you can talk about tech-wise because everybody's there for the same thing. So even though it may feel a little bit uncomfortable and you may not be so much of a people person, just understand that the whole purpose of a tech conference is to learn and network. So just understand that, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but the only way to grow is to get uncomfortable, right? What else? Another thing is make sure you have an elevator pitch. Make sure you know how to describe yourself, maybe up to 30 seconds, including who you are, where you're from, who you currently work for, what you specialize in, your expertise, things like that. Make sure you have an elevator pitch on deck when you talk to these recruiters, because that will help you along the way. And last, I'll just leave with this. Have fun when you go to these tech conferences. When you actually enjoy being somewhere, it makes things a little bit more easier. When you feel forced to do something, it can kind of be difficult to talk to people and stuff like that. But always remember to have fun. If you're there alone, that's fine too. The conference that I just went to, right? I was there by myself. I met a lot of people and I'm still talking to them today, right? And the conference was almost a month ago. So, don't be afraid to go to these tech conferences by yourself. You won't regret it. For more information on this particular conference, make sure you go to GovTechCon.com, as well as follow GovTechCon on Instagram as well. There you will see all of the information about this conference. And if you're thinking about going, all the information will be there. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I appreciate everybody for showing me love. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay mentally G, stay mentally gangster. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, peace.